of my life? Why you of my life? Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another clip with your girl. I'm just gonna do this really quick because I want to go inside and get started with my dinner and some other things. And I have a lot going on. I have a lot coming up, and I'm capturing my memories. So while everything is still fresh, and also you guys are along with me on this journey. So what's new? Let me turn this car off, burning my damn gas. All right, you guys. So today is Tuesday, June. No, I'm rushing. Today is Tuesday, June 15th. I was about to say July 15th. As you guys can see, the right side, or I don't know how the hell you want to say, right side, left side of the house has a fence started, and it's gonna go all the way in the back and around. Talked about it before, not gonna get too much into that. Friday, you guys, we have the guys coming in. It's a company to blow in insulation into our upstairs rooms, into the cavities of the walls. It's an airtight sort of thing. There won't be any room for like bugs or mold or moisture to get in, but it's a cellulose sort of compound sort of thing, and it's healthier than some other stuff. Like we've done tons of research because, you know, all this stuff is like new to us. Blown in insulation is primarily new to, you know, homes now. People used to use those big pink fiberglass insulation pads or whatever. No, people don't really do that anymore. First of all, it takes up a lot more time, and it's not airtight. They mold, you know, certain things like that. But this new product is basically a chemical substance that's mixed into a machine, and people come in your house and they blow it with the machine into the walls, and it's a quick process. This substance expands. It fills in, like I said, any cracks in your walls, you know, whatever. Where you would normally put insulation, you would use this stuff, right? But it needs time to off gas, you know, the chemicals, y'all already know I'm anti-chemical anything. So at first we were gonna stay in the house because of the size of our house. The company told us that how this stuff disperses, it wouldn't reach where we're actually staying right now. But I don't trust that. I don't know them, and I don't want to risk inhaling any of these chemicals. I have animals. No. So we're gonna stay in a hotel for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're gonna come back Sunday afternoon. They have these machines that actually suck everything, not everything, well, suck as much as possible of this excess whatever off gases from this insulation out of the air. And, you know, we'll have all the windows open, and we're actually going to seal off everything else. Like everything that can be sealed off, we're gonna seal it off, because I don't want any of that shit like seeping into other places, things like that. So what we can seal off, we're gonna seal off. Chunky is actually going to a luxury pet resort for a few days, so he'll have a good time, and he loves everybody because we can't take him to the hotel. And Cooper is going to be on the in the sunroom, because he can actually be alone for a few days, and the sunroom is not really attached to anything, so he won't be affected. But I'm still going to where the French doors lead into the sunroom, I'm still gonna I think put like a barrier there just to be safe. But I shouldn't really worry, because that is not really attached to the house, you know, and the doors to the living room are going to be sealed off, so there shouldn't be anything able to get through. The chimneys are actually already sealed off with this really thick plastic, and you know, nothing can really get through. But yeah, so I guess I'll vlog. I mean, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'll be in a hotel, but the guys are actually coming back to my house. So the installation people are coming Friday to blow those 3 rooms that we renovated, knocked down, all of that. They're gonna come. The electrician has done everything that he can do, so the installation can go up. And then they're gonna try to get the other part of the fence. So they put up 12 panels. We're hoping that they can do 12 more. I think there's a total of 40 something panels we're going to be using for the whole span of this space on this side, if I'm correct. It's taken so long because it's the foundation, you guys. This land is like solid. Like this is not, you know, crappy dirt. Like this is real, like bedrock and shit. So it's in trees that have been here for hundreds of years, that have, you know, really mature roots. It's really hard to dig. So even with machines and shit, so it takes a lot longer because roots have to be cut. The bedrock has to be dug up. So it's a lot. So they're coming, I think hubby said Sunday, and we'll be back Sunday afternoon. So they should already be here because they're going to start work at 7 in the morning. So I have a lot going on, you guys. Then we have to go pick Chunky up Sunday or Monday, because I don't even know if they're open on Sunday. One of those days. I'm not really sure. Work, you guys, has been interesting. I'm getting a lot of people complaining about favoritism, and I try to be very careful with what I say on here, especially when it comes to my office. Again, you never know who's watching. You just never know who's watching. I'm getting a lot of people coming to me, you know, wanting to file complaints about favoritism, because since COVID, there's still people that are working from home. And we basically got a memorandum, like, they don't care what your excuse was. You need to report to the office on a certain date. And most people did, but some people did not. And some people had to put in like special requests, like, you know, for their kids or family members or what have you. And they were denied. Some people were denied and other people were not denied. And, you know, I'm like the middleman to a lot of things. And I've been having to have meetings and calm down people and, you know, try to figure out how we all could keep the peace and keep people on the same page. Because at the end of the day, child, fair is fair, and you cannot approve certain people and not other people. You're gonna have lawsuits on your hand. We got unions and all of that, so it's getting messy, to be honest with you. And, you know, without me saying too much, people actually have legitimate, you know, arguments of the things that's going on. And we're in the summer, you know, people trying to take summer vacations. Meanwhile, you got people working from home, chilling, other people covering for them. If so-and-so has to get up and come to work, even if they got issues, then the other person should have to come to work and figure it out. We are all grown people, you guys. And that's the thing when it comes to life. Nobody is responsible for your decisions in your life. Whatever decisions you make for you, you have to figure it out. It is not the responsibility of your job, your coworkers, anybody to figure out the decisions that you have made for your life or you can't figure out, you know? And it seems like some people are being coddled and, you know, given special treatment, and others are just told, you know, either you come to work or you use your time. And if you don't have no time, guess what? You may lose your job. So it's like, what? But we have unions and stuff. It's really not that easy to get rid of people. But at the same time, when you have people that are against each other, that are in the same union, you got so much drama. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to be going to lunch with some of my girlfriends I haven't seen in, you know, over a year because of COVID. I'm not even really sure, like, what the policies are in the restaurants. I know that in New York today, now masks are optional in certain places if you're vaccinated. But again, who's in the streets walking around checking people to see if they're vaccinated or not. Y'all know that's not happening. And like I told you, even before where I live, even before there was vaccines or you know, the okay to not wear masks, people had stopped wearing their masks because, you know, there's a lot of people who were just against the whole mask thing, and you know, they just didn't want to do it, and they didn't. And a lot of places, like I want to say Walmart in the beginning, they was good at enforcing, you know, the whole people wearing masks thing, but then that shit, it stopped because they were losing business from people who were just like, I don't have to wear a mask, I'm not sick, you know, I don't, whatever. And I ain't gonna get into no whole big thing about that, but they started to stop asking people to wear masks or, you know, to put on a mask. I even saw people, they would walk into the store, and some people, like the people that's at the entrance, what do you call it, the greeters, would be like, oh sir or ma'am, you need a mask. Motherfuckers would pull their t-shirts over their face, like that ain't protected nothing. But they was like, oh, okay, good, you know, like it just didn't even matter. Like I just feel like so much shit was just so ridiculous and still is ridiculous or whatever. But I can't get into it. At my office too, they have started, and this is crazy because you can't separate people because it's already causing problems. But you know, whatever, they have implemented this program where if you are vaccinated, you have to provide them with your vaccination document, your vaccination card, and then they enter you into a system with all your information, and then you are allowed to walk around without a mask in private areas. So private areas would be like our offices, you know, where the public doesn't have access to. But in the public areas, you still have to wear a mask. So there's the debate about, so now you're singling out people that don't have the vaccine or do have the vaccine, and the people that do have the vaccine, oh, they can not wear a mask in certain areas but have to wear a mask in other areas. Like, it's just causing so many problems, you guys. It's just like, I'm so over it. Like, I really wish this would go away, but in all honesty, this shit is never going away. And I said this shit a long time ago. It's never gonna go away. It's a virus. It's just never gonna go away. It's gonna keep mutating and changing, just like the flu and all these other viruses that mysteriously get here, either because somebody created it or whatever. And then you're stuck with it, right? And then now they're saying, or they've been saying, you'll have to get booster shots every year. And you have to re-up every year, just like the flu. You have to get the flu shot. I do not get the flu shot, you guys, and I have not been sick in years, over a decade. So, you know, it's sort of just like that sort of thing where once you get the shot, you're gonna always have to get the shot. And, you know, all these different people that make the shot, it depends, you know, if you got to do the 1 shot, the 2 shot, booster, no booster, 2 boosters, 3 boosters, like, it's just too much. It's too much for me. But so that's basically what is going on, you guys. That is the update. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We have to take my husband's car. That's another thing. His commuter car, I knew something was wrong with it because one day he was leaving to go to work before I was, and he started his car, and I think I was in the hallway. And I was like, what the hell is that noise? Like, it just sounded like the motor was just running way too hard. And you can't tell men nothing. Like, he's like, what are you talking about? You don't hear anything. But I'm like, yo, I hear something that does not sound normal. Like, I know what a normal sounding car sounds like, and I know what your car sounds like because I know what all of our cars sound like. And he's just like, nah, whatever, right? So come to find out, he texted me later on that day, like, oh, you was right, there's something wrong with this car, it's driving hard, blah. It's always something wrong with with his commuter car. So all my husband's cars are paid for, all of his cars, his luxury cars, his trucks, everything is paid for. But I'm just telling him, like, yo, he bought the sports car a few months ago, and he loves it. He's been driving it. but he's not going to beat that car up. That's not going to be a car that he drives every day. You know what I mean? Like, he drives his commuter car for work, and when he has to go, you know, in the city or whatever, that's his, what we call a workhorse, right? So when I got my car, I wanted luxury, but I wanted something that could handle these streets. Like, I drive a lot. I'm in and out, you know, I'm all through the city, you know, up and down highways, byways. I needed a car that was good in the snow, whatever. So this was like the happy medium between luxury and workhorse, right? So for him, it's the same thing with his commuter car. But my car is not old. My car is new. So his car is a few years old, and more than a few years old, like over 10 years old. Or is it over 10 years old? I don't know. It's old. And the freaking wear and tear, you know, certain things now are showing signs of age, and then 1 week is this, the next week is this, the next week is that. And although, you know, it's not like thousands and thousands of dollars, it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars every few weeks. And I'm just like, don't you want to just get a newer car? It doesn't have to be brand new, you know, get a newer car. And his friend's car, oh, y'all can't see it, his friend that left his damn car here while he went and bought a new car, and we're housing his fucking car. I'm like, buy that car. It's low mileage. It's the same brand car, a good ass luxury Volvo. And all you need to do is get the side of it fixed, because that's why he wanted to park it, because the side got swiped by a truck and it needs, you know, work. And I'm like, why would he store his bummy ass car here to go buy another car? Why wouldn't he just go get this car fixed? I don't know, you guys. I don't know what the situation is. You know, he's an entrepreneur. He make his own money. He got money like that to just be buying new cars and shit. Like, I don't know. So, and then my husband's like, oh, he not selling it. I'm like, okay, but why is it sitting in our driveway? I don't mind, but I'm just asking, like, clearly, like, do you don't want the car? He lives in the city. He doesn't have parking. He would have to keep moving the car. You know, and when you live in the city on the street, the parking changes depending on the day. So you would have to move it and all of that shit, whatever. He couldn't keep it in one spot. So, you know, there's that. But I'm just like, all right, I'm sick of having to drive him to go get. How many times have I been vlogging and I'll tell y'all, oh, we on the way to the mechanic, you know, to drop my husband's car off, because it's the commuter car, you know? And he's just like, he don't care. He was like, yo, I don't have no car payments. I don't really care. I'm going to keep fixing it until I'm tired of it. And I'm just like, okay, it has a turbo engine. You know, it's still a good car. It's plush as fuck. The inside is, you know, really luxury minus the technology, because it's an older car. It doesn't have all the tech stuff, but it has everything else. And he doesn't care because he has multiple cars to drive. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it just seems like such a waste to me to have to keep spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's why when I got rid of my Jeep, I was just like, yo, I'm not buying an old car again. You know what I mean? Like, I loved that Jeep. The old school Jeeps, man. And I killed that Jeep. Like, that Jeep, I ran that shit literally into the hole. And I still was able to sell it. And it was old and beat up, and it was just, I couldn't do it because of the way that I travel. It was not dependable. I couldn't be on the way to work and then the car started smoking, because that happened to me a few times. And so, and I was vlogging. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember those days? So I had to get rid of that car. But if I worked locally, I probably would have kept that shit. But because I drive, and at that time I was doing a lot of shit. I was in and out, you know, volunteering, doing a lot of different things. I needed a dependable vehicle. So when I went and bought the Edge, which I also loved, I really enjoyed my Edge. But again, that car was not made for the amount of driving and mileage that I put on it. And I wore that car down as well. And then that car started to need so much maintenance, and I was just like, yo, I'm so done with this car. Again, like, it was like my husband's car now. Every week, every 2 weeks, I was in the shop. They was fixing something, replacing something. It kind of lost power. I forget what happened, but it wasn't picking up, and they were telling me like, oh, it's gonna cost this amount of money. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I cannot keep putting money into this car. Like, I just need a new car. And then that's when I was deciding what car to get. I was going to get the Mercedes, but I wanted to lease it. Y'all remember this story. And they was like, no, bitch, you're not leasing our car, putting 100 miles on our car per day. So you could buy it, but I didn't want to own it. I do not want to own a depreciating asset as a car. I really don't. I mean, I own this car, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to own this car. I wanted to play with a car, and I want to give it back. I don't need to have a car for years and years and years for what? Like, again, to keep putting, I want new technology. I want new cars. I want new styles. I do not need to own a car. Like I said, everybody, the older people in my family, they are against leasing. They don't want me to lease, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I want a new car with no problems, and I want to be able to switch up like I do my fashion, okay? And that's how I want it. You know, I'm cool with that. I don't mind paying for something that I want, you know? So we'll see what happens, you guys, once it's time for me to get a new car. This car I'll probably have, like I said, for another 4 or 5 years. I mean, probably longer, because you really can't kill these cars. But by that time, I think I want to have another car. I mean, I want another car now, to be honest with you. But I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna just waste my money because I want another car. I do not need another car. This car is fine. It's given me absolutely no issues. The maintenance, obviously, I have to stay on the maintenance with this car more than, you know, normally, because I do a lot of mileage. But other than that, I have had no issues except these funky ass tires, which I still haven't gotten changed because it's worked out. We was quarantined and I wasn't driving as much, and I didn't have to go get winter tires. So, but before the next winter comes, I got a few months, I'm gonna have to replace these tires and get me some good winter tires, because I can't be slipping and sliding on the road, y'all. Yo, just like, your girl gonna be in a ditch. Yeah, so that's it, you guys. Speaking for 20 minutes, I kind of just wanted to catch you up. Oh, there's a ladybug in my car. Come here, sweetie. Are you alive? I just wanted to catch you guys up so you know what's going on with me, and also I can file this in my video memories of what's going on in my life. I think she's dead. I don't know. Ooh, can y'all see that? She doesn't look like she's moving. But we'll get her out the car. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening. I don't think I'll vlog anymore today. This might be just one vlog in itself. 22 minutes, y'all. Bye.